What is going on, my fellow Earth Realmers? This is Shoe Beastie with my first ever review of a video game, and I almost felt obligated to do this because of all the hate that I've been seeing Mortal Kombat get online. Now, what is it? Metacritic gave it, the last time I checked, it was like a 2.6. So I feel like a lot of people are kind of attacking NetherRealms and saying they have hidden loot boxes and it's super grindy and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to touch over kind of everything here to just real quick and give you guys my personal lifelong Mortal Kombat fan opinion about the game in its current state. So we go into Conquer mode. First thing I did in this game is complete story. Story is phenomenal. No complaints at all from me whatsoever. I don't think anybody is complaining about the story. It's great. It's honestly probably the best one that NRS has put out to date. Now, Towers of Time is another story, though, in its own. Now, Towers of Time, you go in here, and this is the part where people are saying it's super grindy, it's unbelievably difficult, and so on and so forth. I've yet to do a single one of these that made me rage quit and just say screw it. I honestly haven't. Now, if you look at the layout of this, it is much like Injustice 2's Multiverse, where they would have all those multiverse events. You go in here, like this area here. Each character's specific little tower, right? And this isn't your classic tower. This is a character specific tower for character specific stuff. It costs you 25,000, right? And in Injustice 2, certain towers you had to spend currency to be able to play certain towers, but almost all the time you got your money back and you got gear to boot as long as you finish the tower. So this is not really an issue whatsoever. Now, the main issue with it is most fights that you do, if not all the fights that I'm seeing that you do, all have modifiers, which kind of, I guess they're trying to lean you into using the consumables / modifiers that you get throughout the crypt and so on and so forth. I never like using those because I just like to perfect my usage of whatever combatant I happen to be using at that time. So modifiers feel cheap to me. And I liked Injustice 2's version of the multiverse because most of it was regular fights and special events had the modifiers. And that was super cool. And, you know, to do selected events every now and again, it was fun to do that because you didn't have to play with modifiers. And this you do, so I understand the gripe with some people, and it can be a little bit frustrating. And some people are saying you can't learn a character because you have to fight off essentially two characters at the same time, and it's nerve-wracking. Well, that's true when it comes to Towers of Time, but not true when it comes to classic towers. Now, you can go into classic towers, you can select which one you want to do, and you can play all sorts of them, you know, without the need of having to use modifiers. Now, if you look in the upper right, it says modifiers none, 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 right? But if we go back to Towers of Time, you're going to see that there are a plethora of modifiers, right? For each and every, oh, let's not do that. For each and every one of these, there are modifiers. And yeah, it does kind of suck, but you don't have to do each one of these fights. You can actually send the AI in there to do the fights. They'll build up currency, they'll unlock, you know, whichever rewards, and they even do fatalities, which earn you hearts. And speaking of hearts, let's just go to my combat card. If we look here at the top, we have time crystals, which you get every time you level up. You get them randomly in the crypt. And you get them while you play the story mode. And if you look at the coins, same thing can be said for that. Each fight you unlock coins or you earn coins, and you can get them randomly inside the crypt, and you can get them, you know, by completing your daily challenges. Now, soul fragments, same thing applies, and the hearts are not subject to only fatalities and brutalities. You can get hearts by playing in the crypt, and once you get the spear, Scorpion Spear, spoiler alert throughout this, I suppose, you can rip guys down and tear their chests open and take a heart out of it, you know, for no other reason than getting a heart out of it. But also some of the chests or crates, whatever you want to call them, do have hearts within them. But that is not the quickest way to earn them. You do these towers, if you look here at performance rewards on the right side there, it actually shows coins and then you know, that and then hearts. If you can get your point build up as you play the tower to reach or exceed, let's say on this one it's 250k points, it'll give you like 7 hearts. And that's not including the hearts that you get for completing brutalities or fatalities at the end of your fights. Right? So there's plenty of ways to earn currency throughout this. Not everything, I guess, is lean towards you purchasing stuff. I honestly haven't felt like I've been obligated to purchase anything at any juncture so far. I played this game for quite a bit, a lot of hours. So yeah, I mean, what else is there to complain about? What is it? The SJW PC, you know, crap that everybody's saying that Mortal Kombat's like jamming politics down our throats. I am not a fan of having politics shoved in my face in, you know, every form of entertainment. It gets very tiring, it's very redundant. I don't feel that way with this game, and Jax is one of my favorite characters of all time. So his tower ending does not affect how I feel about the game itself or the character itself. His towers, anyone else's tower ending in this game or any other Mortal Kombat game. So yeah, that's it. This game is great. It does not deserve that 2.6 frigging Metacritic review. Combat is amazing. Combos do exist. Just in general, you do more damage. So just because you are doing a shorter combo doesn't mean you're doing less damage. But it's not a bad thing if you're relatively new to the franchise or just fighting games in general. Because let's say in Injustice 2, I could keep you in a corner for your friggin' entire health bar. And this, I'm not going to be able to do that as easy at all. And that's a good thing for you. And it's not such a bad thing for a stick and poke and kind of like... every fight is kind of gauging each other and checking to see, you know, what they're going to do and trying to counter things. That's kind of how it should be, in my opinion. It is not a better play style. It's not a worse play style. It's just different. Honestly, it's a great game, great mechanics. There are a few little audio bugs and a couple, like, let's say, training missions that don't pan out right, but they plan on changing that. If you follow any of them on Twitter, Ed Boon is pretty vocal about making some updates. And then we have Steve Brownback, who's talked about hot fixes that they can do where they can change certain things like keyframes, but when it comes to some of the bigger issues, they're going to have to put in an official patch, which they have said should come at the end of this week or at the start of next week. So at the state the game is in right now, I'm still having fun. If I feel like Towers of Time at any point is going to be overwhelming, I'm just going to swap over to Classic Towers or just do some single individual fights so I can learn certain characters, or just go online and battle a couple of people online. If you don't like online, there's plenty to do offline still. Now, I do wish they had something like a guild like they had in Injustice 2. I feel like that was one of the coolest things to have in any fighting game, because it truly felt like you didn't have to fight against people, you could fight with people, and that's just freaking cool, in my opinion. So anyway, that's my review, I guess. I give this game a great. Yeah, because I have no judgment for comparison when it comes to a number system, so I could say this is a 9.5 out of 10, but you have no idea what I consider a 10, and at this juncture, neither do I. This game is great. Don't let Metacritic random, bad reviews kind of dictate whether you purchase this game or not. There's plenty to love about this game. They're going to be changing aspects of it. Look forward to that. I feel like this game isn't super grindy, but games should be somewhat grindy. You shouldn't be able to have everything from playing the game for 2 weeks. You should have to continue to play, because I want this game's longevity. I want to have fun unlocking things for a long time. There's plenty to unlock right now. I understand that the grind wall or whatever could be throttled a little bit, but don't do it by much, because I don't want to get bored, and I don't think other people realize that that's one of the things with fighting games, is that people get bored with them so quick because there's nothing to do once you've played it for a month, right? Grinding isn't a bad thing. Don't look at it like it is. Over grinding is. And I understand that some people are looking forward to these tweaks. I'm looking forward to maybe playing some Towers of Time that don't require me to counteract modifiers with modifiers / consumables. So anyway, everything in this game is great for the most part. Just play it yourself, you know, or just watch other people play it and get your own review. I understand some people are disappointed with the style of RNG with the crypt. The crypt is relatively fun. It's pretty immersive. Yes, things are random. Yes, you're going to be spending coin, but you earn coin nonstop, and you can even use the AI to earn extra coin. So don't hesitate to do it. Anyway, I'm Shubeastie. If you have a different outlook, leave it in the comment section. If you like the video, like it, and if you want to see more from me, you know, subscribe to my channel. I might not be a big channel, but I also don't monetize my videos, so you won't be you know, forced to watch ads. So anyway, I am Shubeastie. Thanks for listening to my review as if it mattered. Alright, take care. Peace.